Hey everyone, Thriving Peak today. At work, I was doing some thinking, and I came up with this concept that I like to think of as do not disturb mode of your life, right? So you know how our phones have do not disturb modes for and the notifications, they bring their attention to you, but just not right away. It's kind of like you get to them when you can, right? And I was thinking about a do not disturb mode that you channel in yourself, right? And how useful that would be when it would be in the sense of being able to do the things that you want to do throughout the day. You preserve your battery a lot. Like you preserve your when you put yourself in do not disturb. As soon as you wake up, you be like, hey, what do I intend to do today? And then off of that intention, you go off of, all right, cool, you're aligning yourself with what your intention is of the day, or what your mood is, and things like that. And you have a lot more in your battery because you're acting and fulfilling yourself. You're watering your own garden, really. um you're watering your own plants, so to speak. And yeah, I say all that to extrapolate this is to kind of like how I created Thriving Peak, really. Think of it as one of the YouTube creators that kind of inspired me to do something like this. I believe his name is Jerome, but his channel name is Closer to Your Higher Self. But he extrapolated in one of his videos that he's like, picture yourself on your deathbed. And I know that's pretty cliche, but bear with me right here. Picture yourself on your deathbed, and your room is full of ghosts. Your room is full of ghosts of potential yous that you didn't really bring to fruition, and they're upset with you because you didn't bring them to fruition. They were dreams that you wanted or dreams that you had, but you let others' limitations, you inherited those. And I mean, we're all guilty of it. It's just human nature to do those things. But you inherit those limitations, and then you don't fulfill your dreams and you don't fulfill your passions. And those ghosts are upset with you because they're like, hey, you could have brought me to fruition, but based off of the circumstances, events, and people that you interacted with and the things like that, you didn't. And so on and so forth. And I think that is kind of like how I touched on Thriving Peak, really. I think Thriving Peak is a culmination of everything that I encountered in life, from that I've and that's what I really feel like it's the meaning behind the purpose of what you do things. I feel like anyone and everyone could do something like this in a form. Um, and I think it really makes it worth something, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And it makes it a positive way to do things. I'm beginning lectures in my local area here shortly, and in person. So that's a huge step for me, because I was just going to do this online for a while, and I was like, well, what's one way that I can work on this and do this in person and affect lives in a positive manner. I'm not saying that I'm perfect or anything like that, but also I like to think of myself as a tutor. Like, I wouldn't say a tutor's getting a teacher's salary, but you know what I'm saying? So, so on and so forth. But I mean, obviously that signature expression and that signature, I don't know, charismatic features that I have, I get to use those full force here. And I think that also weighs well with me, because where do you naturally get to be yourself 100% of the time? That's awesome. And I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity to do so. And I'm just glad that the message of Thriving Peak is getting out there. I'm very excited to see what the future brings. And I'm very excited to have these conversations, because these conversations are very, very thought-provoking. And just, I don't know, you use them every single day. So that's why I talk about it every single day, because in one form or another, it's just your day-to-day decisions, your day-to-day choices, and your mental state as well. It's something you encounter every single day. And if you're not working towards it, it could be working against you and you not even know. So I think that's one way to reframe how we think about our mental health and our day-to-day interactions is all. But yeah, I think that's the gist of it. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to title this yet, but I think it's going to have to be You Have to Save You, right? Because at the end of the day, like I'm saying, like those ghosts in your room, those ghosts in in the hospital room, no one's going to do it for you. But you. So if not you, then who? Yeah. So make sure when you're on your deathbed and you're surrounded by those ghosts, make sure they don't have numbers on their side. Make sure, and even if they do, make sure you can intelligently speak to it. Be like, hey, I didn't want to bring you to fruition because you would have been a problem for the whole rest of humanity. Or I don't know, whatever ghost that you have, whatever that is. But I think that's a case-by-case basis. I'm just being silly at this point. But no, seriously, do not have that many ghosts in your room. I hope I don't. I know I won't, because I'll be fulfilling them. And like I said, Thriving Peak would have been the most heartbreaking to see in that room, to be honest. But I'm so glad that I won't. What's that thing that Kanye West said? I guess we'll never know. Thriving Peak.